So Councillor Cardarelli, can you tell me, first of all, what are the changes the council are looking to implement as of the council meeting a couple of weeks ago? And why do you feel that they're necessary?
The changes that we proposed are adjustments in order for municipalities to have a little bit more power on where these cannabis stores can set up. So this motion per se was to help alleviate any clusters of stores. So essentially having, for example, Laurier Street, which would have 6 cannabis stores, one across from each other, and beside each other, and to kind of create this little cannabis, I guess, red light district type of thing that so we're just trying to help the businesses that have moved forward and that are waiting for their licenses to come, that they're also not, there's not too much crazy competition that's coming right beside next to them. So again, we want to make sure that at this time, there are 3 cannabis stores that are set up in order to get approved by AGCO to move forward with a shop in Rockland. So knowing that, there was rumors that were going around that there was about 6 stores that were considering this. We now know that that is not true, but again, we want to have that power come back to the municipalities in order for us to not have cannabis stores one next to each other, to have that 150-meter distance from each other, and also on top of the 150 meters from schools. So we wanted to spread out so that we don't have too many of these in Rockland.
So the understanding obviously is, as the framework of the regulations is set up now, the municipal councils don't have much power, as you alluded to in your previous answer, to be able to block any of these potential new businesses coming in. But according to AGCO, there is a protection to a certain extent in place, thanks to a 15-day public notice period to allow for community comments. Do the City Council not feel like that is enough protection?
Again, it's personally, I don't feel like it is enough protection, because we can, with that 15-day, if that cannabis store that wants to open up is following all the regulations, then there's no reason for them not to be opening up. So even though there is that public notice that goes out, if somebody wants to move forward and say something against it, they'll review it. But in the end, if they're following all the regulations that are in place today, then there's no reason for them to balk at them moving forward. So again, that's not going to alleviate the potential problems that could have in Clarence-Rockland of having 6 to 7 stores opening up. That's not what we want. We understand that we can compare this to a shoe store. So there's essentially, we could have 6 shoe stores opening up in Clarence-Rockland, and we would have no say. Is that proper business practice for 6 stores to open up one against each other? Definitely not. There's a lot more risk involved. There's so many feet that we have in our municipality. But again, it's just having some form of power due to the cannabis regulations in order for the municipalities to kind of control what's coming in, and not to have essentially a municipality that has 10, 15 pot shops. So again, just want to have some of that control come back to us if possible.
Yes, absolutely. And I understand the element of wanting to take control back. I spoke to the Attorney General's office earlier last week, and when asking them about this lack of control, they said that the municipalities were made aware that the framework was temporary when they originally signed up, and that it was always going to change. So this risk of losing control, let's say, was always there. If that was the case, why did the City Council take the decision to opt in anyway back in January 2019?
I think we have all these business spaces that are open that we need to fill up. Again, this is legalized. There was also an incentive for us to sign in that we would see some form of revenue from these cannabis stores. So in order to mitigate any additional costs that could come from it. So again, not knowing what was coming, going to potentially come, we want to make sure that we can push forward and that the municipalities of Ontario have that option that they could use moving forward of that 150 meters between stores. So again, it's hindsight. It's easy that we notice that is a potential issue, but when you're living it is a different story. So if we can make any adjustments that we can, the more power to us. But again, the market will dictate itself.
And finally, Sam, thank you very much for answering all of my questions. And just before I let you go, it's been a couple of weeks since that council meeting. Do we know if anything has moved forward since then? Have any other municipalities been contacted about potentially supporting a similar idea?
So we added into the motion at the essentially an extra line to make sure that our clerk would send that out to all the clerks of every municipality in order for them to piggyback off it if they ever felt the need to. So again, only by the power of everyone working together that we can actually move things forward. So we're hoping that other municipalities will jump on board. Again, at least we're trying to move forward with these things, and we also know that this isn't easy, and we need buy-in from everyone.
Absolutely. Well, Sam, thank you very much for joining us today and talking about this issue. Best of luck with attempting to find a resolve that suits the council, and I'm sure we'll chat about it a little bit more in the coming weeks and months.
Thank you very much. Take care.